Good morning. I forgot to do this the other day. Good morning, good morning. Where did I have you the other day? Where? I'm just good for this. Okay. I forget what me and Mia were doing the other day. Yesterday, right after the reading. Because it clearly got moved. Oh. Right there, Mr. Bean, right there. This live looks so different. I don't know if they did an update without telling me. Alright. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alphabetical order. Can't tell if I can taste coffee though. Huh. Right, that was really strange. Now I just split the tiny still fit in. That was a double shot. I didn't want a double shot of espresso at 5:30 in the morning. So, all right. I even said this when I was waking up. Let me hair staticky. Good morning. I'm gonna do weekend read in alphabetical order. In alphabetical order. Okay. In alphabetical order. A list of the Zodiacs in alphabetical order. That was a good morning, good morning. Oh, that just showed up on my phone. Hold on. I had it on speech. Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini. Okay. That's not alphabetical order, but that works. Alrighty then. AQU. ABCD, FG, HJ, KL, P, Q, R, S. Had to question that one. Capricorn, Cancer, Gemini. Am I missing anybody? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Why did I stop at I? Alright, I shouldn't be struggling like this, so I'm trying to see if I'm getting a message, because when have I ever did alphabetical order? That looks funny. Those are spelled so sloppy and Scorps. I forgot the R. Okay. I guess we're gonna go in order, and it's gonna be somewhat brief. God, I noticed this the other day. I feel like I really don't know what I feel like here. Except you guys can't really see the orange. All right. I don't know, guys, whatever this is, try not to make something perfect. I don't know what that's all about, but all right. Where's me birds?
This portable warm air blaster will be in every home in America by 2026. It can heat a 900 square foot room from 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Sorry, off my head. I'm not doing that today. Maybe you're no longer holding back. Let's see. Kind of getting pulled to the I got the Fool too. Kind of getting pulled to what are they getting pulled to? I almost just said a seance. I'm not doing that. Maybe somebody's, I don't know if somebody did a seance. I don't. All right, because I am getting like a witchy vibe, but witches don't necessarily do seances, guys. Like, it's, oh my goodness. There's so much. I'm hearing propaganda, social propaganda. I got my set on. Oh, I forgot to plug in the mic for you guys. I'm sorry. Propaganda. I put a spell on you. What's that? Beth? Not Lady Macbeth. Beth Midler? In that classic witches Halloween. But I think someone actually, but that's, oh man, no, I'm getting like, I almost said something the other day. I was getting like messages or like another woman, just has so much hold on someone. Guilt. I don't know. I didn't really want to get into that though, but something having some fun, some loving. Now we got Greece. So we have witches and Greece. That was Greece, right? Yeah. Hey Echo, what year did Witches with Bette Midler come out?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the movie Witches came out in 1990.
Hey Echo, what time did Grease come out?
From Insider.com, Grease was released on June 16, 1978.
That's a 12-year difference. I believe I was singing Katy Perry when I was waking up. Yeah, it was Summer Girls, California Girls. Oh, and then Summer Lovin', having some fun. Could be something with a letter I. And right now I'm getting Summer. I know it's a U. That is a U. I know it looks like an O. Witches, and what was this one? Just heard beaches. Oh, that was like, whoo, did I cry? It was so emotional for me. So this could be emotional. Emotional, baby. Every time I think of you. What movie was this? Grace. Huh. So again, it could be something with the letter I, with a dot, not like a capital I. For some reason, I don't know why they had me stress that. I, Summer, emotional. 12-year gap. Oh dear Lord, I wanted this to be quick, and now look at, I'm fucking almost 16 minutes in, guys. Right, all zodiacs. I'm gonna keep that like that, but then I want to write. Well, that's that 1900s. Oh no, I was talking about Boston, witches. Was it Caden? I think it was Cade in the car. So we have 1990, 1978, which was Greece, and then this was 8. Oh, I was gonna say witch, but that's not how you spell that, witch. Looks like a butt crack. What the fuck? Okay, witches, Greece, Katy Perry, summertime. But at first it was summer. What was the first song? That was California Girls. We knew there was going to be emotions, but then it was like, I guess so emotional, baby. Summer loving, having some fun. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a fucking movie. Okay. All right, so yeah, summer loving, having some fun. What was the other summer one? Summertime. So I think this is a time period. And which is, yeah, I think someone is scared or intimidated by you. By like remember with the twin, hey, good morning, it was always like bruja, like so, but he was scared to even tell me that's what he thought. And then Caden the other day in the car, he's like, are you a witch? I forget what brought the conversation up, but it was joking. I forget what it was obviously something in relation to what I was saying, but I was like, I am. Like if somebody asked me if I was a witch, I wouldn't say no, because I think I have like witch tendencies, but I don't classify as a witch. I wouldn't necessarily, I'd probably be like, no, or, but like, he's like, Mom, you serious? You would tell somebody a witch? And I'm like, yeah, if I really thought I was a witch. He's like, oh my God, Mom. Like, not like embarrassed, oh my God, Mom. Like, I think it was like, hey, I'm sitting in here like joking around. But I think the way I said, yeah, it made him think like, oh, like, I don't know. Like, he's like, oh, and then he started talking about, I'm like, but witches like aren't bad. Like the whole, what everybody says and what they're scared of. he's like, I think you should use your powers for the dark. He's like, why don't you do stuff like that? I'm like, well, that's not really, witches don't really do that. Like, it's towards humanity. It can help with medicines, like so many, the kitchen witch, you know, really good at herbs, garden witch, there's all different things. And at the end of the day, a witch is, it's spells, but so isn't, you know, I almost said the Canadian alphabet, which I don't think is different than ours, right? Is it? Well, yeah, because it's Canada. Yeah, so Canadian. Hey Siri. The Canadian alphabet.
Okay, I found this on the web for the Canadian alphabet. Check it out.
What the fuck? I clicked on it. Canadian alphabet, please. It's just the Wiggles. Oh my lord. Someone could be Canadian. So it looks like it's spelled like ours. It's obviously just said differently.
Our alphabet and yours are fairly similar. So why don't we begin singing it together? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, W, X, and these are Canadian
What?
ABCs. Susie likes hairy balls. What do you think of these? All right, now
Okay.
everyone.
Susan likes hairy balls. Okay. Maybe Susan, the name Susan is relevant. Jesus. Z. So there was only like 2 or 3 letters that were different. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. But Susan. Oh, what was it? Harry Balls? I don't know. So Kate in the car. Oh, like a bad witch. Like, and I was like, well, I would never be a bad witch, and usually bad witches aren't usually called witches. Because they just take them all out in the dark. You know, so it's, I don't know, is that like a message for me in the sense of, you know, I'm going to probably have to start working, oh yeah, with darker energies, but not in a bad way, only to like benefit humanity. Like I'm not, you know, it's not like that. And that's probably why, oh yeah, dark angels, that came in a little over a month ago. I wrote angles. We'll see, like there's something separating it. But what was it? Susan has hairy balls. That was really the end of our conversation. I was like, well, I would never do that. But words, alphabet, I put these in alphabetical order. So this is something with the alphabet, a language, a barrier. I don't know if it's a barrier. This is just a collective message, if anybody's wondering. Good morning. Did you just say thank you? I'm thinking I'm starting to hear things from you. I know it's becoming exciting. Chatty Cathy. I got pulled to the Chucky doll. Yeah, see, I went from Chatty Cathy, but I think I was seeing like a Cabbage Patch doll, but the one with like the blonde ponytails. I had Kyle. He was my favorite. I didn't even want a girl after that. I kept wanting boy Cabbage Patch dolls. And then Chucky. Maybe someone calls you doll, or I don't know, somebody's getting haunted here. What is going on? I would think, if anything, like haunted. Maybe they think you're haunting them. Maybe I'm hearing a portal. Maybe there's somebody here that thinks you did a spell on them. You put a spell on me. Oh, that reminds me of a completely different song, the way I just sang that one. Is that one in Gray's? 50 Shades of Grey? Not like the witch one, like it was like, you put a spell on. I think so. Like, okay, so now we're getting witches with Bette Midler, right? And then the other one just sounded like 50 Shades. I think there's a song in there and off that album. Okay, so there's a lot of sexual desire here too over the weekend, but somebody may think you're a witch. But somebody's probably reminiscing of how you made love, or if you're going to make love. Where's my tissues? Peanut butter. And on my freaking phone. No potty on Mama's table. No potty on my table. Did you just say peanut butter? I'm starting to hear him really a little more clearer every day in the last week. All right, dude. Okay. So to recap, oh, I'm like, ew, brown? I don't like brown, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Mia loves brown. Brown and green are her favorites. So let's recap this and then get into the Zodiac. That clearly got wet. Somebody here must be OCD too. I know they say I'm OCD. I notice like when I'm cleaning lately, even though it looks like a clutter, I try to make a clutter look good. Because I feel like I've been wasting, but it's been like a month. All right, cool. Enough. Does that even look like recap? It's like fucking rehab. Maybe someone thinks you're dumb because I just sounded like, I said, come on, Court, don't talk like that. You're not dumb, right? And then recap, I was like, no, I don't like it, but it could be OCD, right? And then And then, what did I say? Oh, like OCD. I made myself stop. And then I wrote rehab. And then I was like, more like rehab. No, I recap more like rehab. Again, someone can maybe think they're not good enough for you or they feel dumb. I think it's really bad self-talk is what I'm getting. I wrote out, again, recap, I wrote out all of the zodiacs in alphabetical order. Oh, my crystal. I feel dumb. I feel this is weird because I actually, everything that's coming out of my mouth actually sounds like I'm dumb. I'm not dumb, but stuttering. I don't know what to say. So this is an odd message. It'd be more than insecure. It would be really just kind of unfortunate that this is even going down like this, or that much negative talk. But somebody must not feel smart around you compared to you. I don't know if it's actual education or just English, the word you choose to use. It could be an IEP, learning disabilities. So try not to let that stop you. I woke up singing California Girls, Katy Perry, and then it pulled me to Witches with Beth Midler. Susan Sarandon's in that one too, maybe? I think so. 1990, and then Greece, 1978. So that's a 12-year difference. And then, why did I put Boston up there? Oh, I didn't finish talking about the car. And then with the Witches and the car ride with Cade, that's in the beginning. It was just kind of funny. It's like breaking down a witch. He asked me if I was a witch, but he was not dead serious. But it ended up feeling like it was a dead serious conversation. Anywho. And then 50 Shades came through with some song in regards to Beth Midler, or the way I said something. California Girl, Summer Love and Having Some Fun. But that was Greece. And then I knew it was going to be emotional, but then I started singing it. It's so emotional, baby. And then Summertime. Summertime. And then the other one was Summer Love and Having Some Fun. And then Susan had Harry's balls when it came to the Canadian alphabet. It was obviously like a prank. And then I got pulled to Dark Angels. And then Cabbage Patch Doll versus like Chucky. Okay. So a lot of sexual energy there with 50 Shades, a lot of reminiscent. That could be the age gap. It could be something with that year. I think this is telling me with Summertime, it's something that maybe you guys had a lot of fun together in the summer. I mean, there must be some reminiscing here. And you could be dealing with somebody who's like sarcastic, like Susan has hairy balls, So this is somebody's like character. It's like sincere reminiscing. It's kind of put a smile on your face, reminiscing. Like you really had some good times with somebody here. I also think somebody is scared of you, though. Yep. I want to know why in Boston, because I was talking about the red line. Yellow line. Red or yellow? I think it's the yellow line, historical. Like as a kid, we took, instead of going to the aquarium, my classes, we would go to like in Boston and walk the yellow line, and it brought us through cemeteries. I remember it was like the first time I connected with a cemetery, and I was probably like 10, 11, no, I'd say 12 or 13, 7th grade. In the Boston Tea Party. That's Salem, but like the original locations, and I remember them talking about witches on that walk as well, because some of witches were tried in Boston. And come here. Clammy, come here. Good morning. You feel okay? Nothing hurts? Are you just trying to get out of school?
No, I'm being so serious.
All right. What?
Like everything's like sweating around. I don't know.
Just sweating?
I barely got any sleep.
Okay.
Like everything's like cold, but it's like hot. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Can I have another blanket too?
Another blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling people about how you asked me if I was a witch in the car, and I was just getting to the cemetery story.
Okay, not from Cass. Okay.
He thought it was weird, but hundreds of people do it. There
Thank
you
you.
go. You're welcome. Do you want me to put it on you?
Well, I have to use the bathroom first.
Okay. Where is my hand sanitizer? So I was telling them, I used to like going into like cemeteries, and I was talking about the lady on YouTube that cleans the headstones. And then he had to get all technical with me. So somebody might here be technical in the sense of like, you have to ask to have that done. I'm like, I'm sure they ask the groundskeeper, and if they get a hold of the family or they don't, it's up to the groundskeeper, depending on how old the stone is. And all she's doing is re-beautifying the cemetery stones. But I love going into cemeteries, and I passed one the other day, and I'm like, that would be a cool cemetery to go into. He's like, are you fucking serious to walk around? He's like, that's weird, Mom. People don't do that. And I'm like, oh, you have no idea. It's actually a thing. People do that. I love doing that. So I think someone here has a lot of love for you. They love your character, your demeanor. They really do. But it's either, I don't know, there's something conditional, or it feels like you feel like it's a conditional type of thing, or because they don't either like your belief, or maybe they just don't understand it, kind of naive when it comes to stuff like that. Only his or hers, makes sense because of the way they were raised. How can you have a different belief? So judgmental. But it literally comes from like how they were raised, this and that, but like never switched it up as they got older. You want help with the blanket or no?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. All right. I'll call the school in a little while. All right. Love you.
Mhm.
Give me a side kiss, because
The mask? Still in my thing?
Huh?
The mask?
the mask?
It's
You
still-
said it was near your
still
window.
there.
Windowsill. Better.
Better.
Okay, so yeah, someone here could have OCD. I didn't like the way that smelled. Had hand sanitizer, that was awful. But I'm very sensitive to smells. Maybe somebody misses the smell. But yeah, Kaden was like horrified when I was like, oh, I really would love to go into that cemetery. But little do they know, I used to take the kids into the cemeteries when they were younger. If I came into like a cool cemetery, but I was like, oh, I have my kids, not a thing. They would go in with me. And I've told that. So some might have kids here, but reminiscing when you were kids, I'm not sure. But one year coming home from the beach, it was after, was it Memorial Day, Labor Day? It's probably Labor Day weekend, somewhere around there. And it was so windy, like there was a storm the night before, and all the flags were gone. All the flags were all over like the sidewalks and stuff, and all the kids were like, "What is that?" You know, and as we were passing and explaining, they're like, "We need to go and fix it." I was like, "Oh my gosh." And I was with a friend, and her kids got out and helped too, and they all put the flags back up from after the storm, and we grabbed as many off the street as we could, and there was hundreds and hundreds of flags. So I felt bad and turned around. I was like, "Yeah, all right." So, and all 6 of them were having a blast. Like, summer love and having some fun. Like, they felt like, I don't even think they really understood what a cemetery was, guys. And, you know, I mean, they might have known, but the little ones didn't. Like, and they were all little guys. Like, Lonnie was probably still little. I don't even think it was Lonnie was with me at that time. I think it was just me and Kaden, actually. With the other Kaden and Haley, me and Mindy. So, yeah, like around 10. 12. So, not really understanding what death is, or, you know what I mean? So, that I never realized that until now. So, somebody could be having realizations of you. I knew there was a reason that came up. Realizations. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, you probably can't even see what that is. Somebody is now kind of so far recognizing. No, it feels like realizations. I tried to make that so you could kind of see it better. Good vibrations. That was Marky Mark. What year, hey Siri, what year did Good Vibrations come out by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch? I wrote bitch by accident, Funky Bunch. Oh, see? But then you got slash bitch. There's a woman here that does not like you. Hey Siri? Oh, you're right here.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
And a good morning to you.
I would like to know what year Good Vibrations came out by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Hey Siri, what year did Good Vibrations come out with Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
The song Good Vibrations by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch was released in 1991. This answer is from Wikipedia.
1991. Good vibes. Oh, I'm going to write Good Vibration, actually. Good Vibrations. Okay. So, Summer Lovin', and then Katy Perry, California. So, yeah, guys, I mean, there is a lot of reminiscing and good time, but I don't know. And it goes back to like bitch, witch, bees, Boston, Canadian alphabet. Every letter is a spell. First alphabet drawn. Well, not hieroglyphics. That would be like cavemen, stuff like that. But the first letters, were the hieroglyphics. And it was made in the intention of a spell, but a good spell. Like every letter, their words, they meant their words. Like they didn't lie on paper. They didn't, when it came to like wars and stuff like that. Yeah. But like in the very beginning, when they're figuring out the alphabet, that type of vibe. Maybe there is a kid here, or just somebody very sarcastic, like Susie has hairy balls, when I was looking up the Canadian alphabet. Okay, so that's the collective. Oh, and I went back to brown. Okay, recap on the collective. Now we're going to go. Oh, there's like 2 papers there, but that's okay. Got 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck that's been sitting there that whole time that I did not even see. So there could be some regret here. This could even be like a really good friend. I was talking to somebody I haven't talked to in a little while the other day, discussing something we haven't talked about in a little while. And, I'm even getting like suicidal vibes, when people are like, oh, I would have jumped off the balcony if one more thing, but it's not just crying wolf, guys. So if that's some type of vibe that's happening right now, it's like you never know. So I guess my message is, you just never know, because it's like playing wolf, and we known what's happened before when we had a friend try to take their life and then, survived, was doing well, kind of hit another rough spot, and was saying something like that. But not the first time he said something like that either, so it's kind of like what I actually said. It's like crying wolf, so it's hard to tell. And I actually felt bad after I said that, because I'm glad that she's checking in, as awkward as the situation is, because honestly, you just never know. And they had a friendship previous that got destroyed and interrupted with, and so they haven't even solved that. But there's, when someone needs your help, someone needs your help. So I think someone's going to really need you, but there might be a little anger or lack of trust, or that this is a huge collective message. I don't think I've gotten so many collective messages channeled like that for a weekend read in a very long time. So that says something. And then you could be dealing with people that say it all the time. And, it's, you can't see the something with suicide. Then they, I'll kill myself if you leave me. Or, it's something like, but it's something like crying wolf, but like, you never know, but I think that can also be like someone's, like, that's their victim mode, like a hostage mode, like, always making somebody feel bad or guilty for moving on or wanting something different. So there could be a woman or a man here in that same situation, because I'm hearing bitch instead of, when I was trying to write funky bunch, which is a good vibration, So, if somebody comes in and interferes, then it is what it is. You make your decisions, you got to walk away from certain shit. I've done that quite a few times with lovers and friendships, everything, when everyone goes through something in their life, So, and it's kind of like somebody I thought, like, I still think I would never make up with, and then, I'm glad that she was there, because it had to have been awkward for her, but I'm also glad that I'm not in that situation, because that's how I feel like people get sucked back in to certain situations. You know what I mean? But there's no trust, and then you're eventually going to want to talk about what happened between you two. But that person has so much on their plate right now, like their life is falling apart, like financially, romantically, with friendships, with surrounding family, with alcoholism, so, prescription drugs for depression. It is, that energy's been around, but then again, it's like, I personally don't want to find myself in that situation again, because right now I got to focus on me as much as it pulled on my heartstrings, So I guess the message here is I wouldn't necessarily discredit if somebody's, you think they're just crying wolf, and if something does happen, they didn't want it to happen. They were crying wolf, but something could go wrong. Just know if that happens, please know that is not your fault. There's only so much you can do, and I heard actually with addiction. So some of you guys, it's definitely addiction here as well, some type of an addiction. Good vibes, low vibes. It's an addiction. I'm addicted to food. Gotta stop. So we got addiction there. Sorry, that looks like an R. But I think somebody's now realizing, like, fuck, what did I do? Or how did I not see this? So some heavy, heavy reminiscing. So I was just going to say how they feel about you. Maybe I can get, this is clearly romance or a friend. Somebody who, didn't appreciate you or ran their mouth. And I've had that situation. And then they're like, but that we do know that he's bipolar. This is the person we were dealing with. And to a point, but not to a point where like he or she is on medicine, to the point where never even been diagnosed with it, but just assuming that he has it because the mother had it. Does that make sense? Let me pee. I'm still going to try to make these brief, each zodiac. This is just the collective. What am I doing? Mute. Okay, let me just turn on some of these plant lights. I was sitting there, I'm like, well, I don't know if I really have bathroom thoughts here. And then I looked at peanut butter and it was like, you're so beautiful to me, which is like another love song. And then peanut butter flew over, and I was like, oh, unconditional love. You know? So, you know, just because I stop hanging out with people doesn't mean that we stop loving them or, you know, certain situations like that. I mean, sometimes it's hard to go back. And again, do be like a little bit careful when it comes to how this energy is being worked. Like in a good way, heavy reminiscing. Guys, did I just really lose my breath doing that? Where's my inhaler? Is this real life? Fuck, man. Fucking body. I mean, I did go up and down over there. I did have to kind of struggle to get to the plant lights because of my current setup. But, that should have not weirded me out. Good morning. Love's in the air. Is it? Yeah, I mean, I think it's love, but that's just it. It's like, think, you know, is it just because it's sentimental? Because if it's just because it's sentimental, doesn't mean that love is in the air. So I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, Meg, I do think love is in the air too. Groove is in the heart. Yeah. Groove is in the heart. Hey, Siri.
Uh-huh.
What year did the song Groove is in Your Heart come out?
The song Groove is in the Heart was released in 1990. This is from Wikipedia.
Lots of 1990 vibes here. Groove in the heart. Yeah. It's the second 1990. So, high school, love, middle school, college. Could be a 12-year difference with something, or every 12 years, or I'm not really getting like somebody who's older. You know, you got witches and then you got Grease. Maybe you like one over the other. Maybe you don't like any of them. Like, I don't know. Maybe a couple Katy Perrys on the board. I know you haven't seen me use that in a while, huh? And Megan, I can totally agree with you. I agree with you there too. Like, love is in the air, absolutely. But with everything that I've also been saying, there's clearly something that went down more than you know. Hall pass. I just feel like hall pass just suits me better every time. It reminds me of like shop. Like, it reminds me of like exploratory shop that year. Like, what do you want to do? You know? For me, that was high school. So again, it doesn't have to necessarily be a person. I mean, somebody could have passed away too, a friend from high school. maybe you're just getting the news. You know, I don't know what type of reminiscing this is, but at the end of the day, it is a loving, caring, collective read, collective message. But I don't know what type of energies I'm necessarily working with here either. I just popped on. Yeah, no worries at all. You are right. Love is in the air. But so isn't some hardcore emotions. And I don't know where that leads. I mean, somebody here could be reminiscing, you know, somebody passes away. This could be somebody from the other side also trying to give you messages, you know. So I'm going to do how they feel with this reading. Not how you feel. Let's do how they feel. Whomever you think this is to you. Okay. Aquarius. How they feel. I don't know why I feel the need to do jewelry. I don't have that ring anymore. I gotta fix that. I think I'll do black on. Those two really don't necessarily mesh. I think I'm gonna do my moonstone, and I don't have my dragon anymore because Lonnie wanted it so bad. So again, this could have to do with jewelry, but I typically always put jewelry on. So my rings with readings, but not when I go out. So maybe you're getting ready to go out. Maybe you're going to buy yourself a piece of jewelry, maybe crystals, you know, something extraordinary. Or you look something extraordinary. The way you look tonight. This could be like just heavy reminiscing too, guys. Like someone having a dream and it's like you're Cinderella. How does Aquarius feel about you? How does Aquarius feel about you? You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And playfulness. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to have, remind your youthful spirit of fun to shine. My sunshine, it's a commercial, from my farm to your plate, something like that. To my farm to your plate. Maybe somebody orders the fresh foods offline, the dinners, or somebody could be a farmer. So how Aquarius feels about you right now is definitely playful, very romantic vibes. You could be dealing with a romantic. They're attracted to you. They do want to flirt, or they are going to be flirting. I almost want to clarify. That's my crystal. Let me see how I want to clarify these. I'm going to do what's best. How they feel about you and what's best. I feel like there needs to be like a title here. So I don't know if this is a job position or somebody's like looks at you as a business transaction. What's best to do here, please? What's the best thing to do? You got Empress, 5 of Cups. So there could be some guilt. And the best thing for you to do with attraction, 6 of Pentacles, make a judgment call, something that's possibly fair, could be resurrected. Max was just chasing Kessel up her ass. I think somebody really has, somebody is really attracted. So this is kind of like, you gotta make a decision and go for it. But 6 of Pentacles is, it's harmony, it's peace, it's balance, it's reciprocation. With Judgment being here, could it be a past life situation? Yeah, but I'm just looking at the bottom of the deck with the 5 of Swords. So what's best for you is, I guess, if this energy was to come towards you, to me, it would be a big deal. It would be a big deal because it's fucking Judgment. Like, you've already done me wrong already. Like, that shit's dead and gone. But I'm getting this is how they feel too. But I wanted to do what's best for you. But I know this is how they feel. So clearly someone has put you in that position already in the past with whomever this is that's feeling this way about you. What's best for us? Maybe I need to say us. What's best for us with playfulness? The Death card. Yeah, see, somebody doesn't want to face this. They don't want it to be over. But something big had to have gone down. This person may not be putting any effort into it, not really reaching out, not enthusiastic, maybe a little depressed. But they definitely want to re-spark something here. So, yeah, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So this person wants to come back around. They don't want to give you up. But with the Death and Judgment, something definitely went down between the two of you. And you got 2 6s. It's a strong vibe. I'm also hearing resilience. Someone needs to have resilience here. But if this is you, at the same time, you don't want it to be over either. So you guys must not be talking. You're both attracted to each other. You're both reminiscing. You both had some really good fucking times together. But judgment calls have already been made. So that's interesting. I don't know where that's going to go for you guys because it hasn't happened yet. The reminiscing, all that, possibly, yeah. But the judgment call's been made, whether you're together or not. Maybe this is something from high school and, it's this person reminiscing because it is how they feel about you, the Aquarius within their chart, not just Sun, Moon, Rising, guys. This is wherever they have their Aquarius. So you're just going to have to listen to every Zodiac. All the planets are out and we're born, guys. So it's in there. let's see what's best. I don't know what's best for both of you. Yeah, let's do what's best for both of you, because then I can tell if there's some more hesitation. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So it kind of feels like stalling. So keep doing what it is you're doing, because somebody's not ready here. They think, with judgment here, it's saying they're ready, but if you both just respect yourselves, maybe speak the truth, if something, because the truth in conversations is more romantic. It is romantically attractive. Little things like that. Somebody doesn't get back to you, or they dance around the fucking bush. They don't give you a straight answer. That's not self-respect. Then it comes down to you having to have your own self-respect out of this situation. So you could have even made a judgment call already, or spirit did. And, you're standing in your morals, but somebody else here is like struggling. It could even be like ego vibes, ego war, Others of you, if you manage to have that conversation and, you both have self-respect for each other and yourselves, instead of even competing, it just pulled me to a show I've been watching, and I love it. Younger. It's started, I think, in 2019 and then to 2021. It's like 7 seasons. They're like 25-minute episodes. I think it was an MTV thing. So it could be something 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And her and her competitor had been sleeping together. They obviously had feelings for each other. And then it came down to like a breakup or a split up. And then she shows up at his house, and it's like, you have 40 minutes while I cook to ask me anything you want. And obviously they got back together. But what she said is like, she had wished she had said something way sooner instead of all this competitive energy and negativity and jealousy and, and that's the truth. But somebody here is struggling. I think both of you could even be struggling to like really say how you feel here, because there's just something awkward standing in the way. So somebody has to, speak up, or, I don't look at it as this isn't a clingy ex and you're moving on. I don't really see that energy like that. This is more, how they feel about you. Like, does he really want to be back with me? Does she really want to be back with me? Those type of vibes. Because it kind of seems like neither of you want it to be over, but sometimes, it has to be. So these reads are going to be, well, I don't think they're going to be tricky, but that's what I wanted to say. So I don't know if someone's trying to make it harder than it really is. Strength in the 5 of Wands. Let's go to Aries. Remember, this is alphabetical order. Aries, weekend energy. How do they feel about you? Aries, please, weekend energy. How do they feel about you? playfulness, recapture the romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun and to shine. And it's safe for you to love. Somebody probably, I don't know to what extent this is, if you're really dealing with somebody romantic or not, or is it just more, playfulness, but then you have it's safe for you to love is obviously telling me that somebody, wants you to love them, like you're safe. But I don't know if this is going to be awkward because the playfulness is like, again, like they want to recapture the romance here. And somebody does want you to know it's safe for you to love. I'm also getting, for some of you guys, this could be somebody in heaven or wherever you believe. I said, or hell. So it's like the split again, like heaven and hell. All the splits we had over here, like, which song was that? Oh, Beth Midler. But that was like really a song. Did you just say peanut butter? And then it went from like 50 Shades of Grey, which is sexual energy, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, but then I wrote bitch instead of bunch. So I kind of feel like this is somebody that's already crossed over for you, somebody you could be thinking about or talking to. I feel like they're trying to nudge you. I'm seeing somebody like poking the back of your arm, or you feel like something's poking the back of your arm, or you're waking up at a certain time. Well, not a certain time. You're waking up because you hear a noise. But I think if this is a spirit, they just want you to know, like, here, I'm here for you. So somebody's making a decision whether or not to reconnect with somebody here or, a reconciliation or not. That's where we're at. That's kind of how it feels about the collective read, too. Trying to decide if, they want to spark something up. So again, I don't know if you two already had this conversation or if it's just something that's coming in, but it really does feel like, making love. It really does feel like it's also somebody from the other side. So you could have had a bad break. Something maybe could have happened, should have happened, never happened. Again, you could have a messy divorce, a relationship, and you tell yourself, I never want to do that again. And this is kind of like a grandmother, Mima, I don't know what that is, Mima. Pita. Obviously, it's everything for like a grandmother or a meme or a nana. It's something like that. Gigi, even a great grandmother. I keep seeing that flag, but it's linked to you in the sense of this is hereditary. It's your bloodline. It is trying to tell you and push you to go. It could have been something traumatic as a kid that happened. And it's like, you have no idea how much protection you have. I've never looked at this card like this. And I went up to somebody yesterday. Caden had his graduation. And this guy's story was fucking phenomenal. Like, what a motivator, self-motivator. I'm glad he told that story to the kids in graduation. When he was younger, the way he grew up with his parents wasn't so loving, wasn't so great. I don't know what happened. His parents didn't want him or something. So he ended up in foster care, I think the age 11 or 12, something like that. And everyone told him, your expectations are too high. He wanted to take extra classes in high school. They really didn't want him to. He needed to stay on this. Like his neighborhood school, the community school, didn't allow people to take like higher classes in like 4th grade, 5th grade. You know, like they had to stay with the criteria. And then he joined the Navy. Became, I forget what he said he became, and then he's like, I want to be a lawyer. And everyone's like, why do you want to do that? You're really good at doing this. And he's like, well, I don't really want to do it anymore. So then he went and became a lawyer, got his degree. And then from there, he went into helping teenagers, not like a counselor, but like more of like he should be a motivational speaker. But he shared that story because you really are all individuals. They broke it down like he was actually at a graduation, because some people from that class are not going back to school. They actually graduated. So it was like being at a graduation ceremony and, you know, telling them how proud they are and take these, you know, 6 credits, use it towards college if you choose to, yada, yada, you know. Oh, yeah, that's a lot like trade school, guys. So I did, and I thought it was a weird, strange song. I recorded some of it. So they go through all types of shops. On net, I don't know what that is. Fitness. Breaks. Oh, here it is. TD Bank. This is where they go to work. Transit Authority. Appreciation Ship. Oh, then I got bummer.
Hayden, thank you for your contribution of initiative. Your choices to take action independently and passionately is your extraordinary superpower.
Those are my superpowers. And then, yeah, so I guess something, and then what? And then shop. Oh, and then the woman at the doctor's office was there, and I went to go sit next to her. I moved to go get a picture, and I ended up next to her. She's like, Courtney? And I'm like, yeah, hi, Linda. We were dying laughing. Her son was also in the program. And it's like, because he never had that chance, the person who has the program, you know, he never had that chance to, nobody ever gave him a chance. So he wanted to give kids like chances with certain stuff. Like Caden is so fucking smart. Like he whizzed through a 12-week program by like 8 weeks. They're like, we don't even know what to do with them. So he just was, you know, working at the shop, and the shop offered him a job, and which I'm so proud. So there might be money here because he would automatically get $50 an hour. They work 4 days a week, 14-hour shifts. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then they literally have Sunday, Saturday, Monday off. I'm like, oh my God, Ken, like that's ideal. And they start at 50. You know, it's one of those things where, yeah, you're tired. You know, people aren't really crazy about the job. Caden's like, not too many people like love the job, but they like the people they work with, and the money's too good to not go, the benefits, you know. So he does have that option to do that, but he still has to finish 2 more semesters in high school. So I don't know if there's something here at fucking high school, guys. Like, here we go again. So what are we on? Aries? Jesus. Could have something to do with a child. I brought up a child. He's 17. But the guy's story was so motivational, and I just hope, like, it definitely made Caden not a better person. Like, he's already a good person. He's an amazing human being, but it gave him more confidence to like go out into like the world and do this. Like, he's money motivated, my son. So I hope that doesn't like become an issue down the line. But he'd rather stay in the house, play video games. He gets his homework done, you know. Did you just say peanut butter again? So I think he just needs a few months in summer, that type of stuff. So if he ends up going back there, it'd be like in this like September, October. I still want him to do the license thing and drive his ed, even though he's fighting me. Because he'll be 18 in May, and I just, no. I want him to have driver's ed. So I do feel like he's more responsible. I mean, he used to miss school all the time, but knowing he's going to work through that program, he showed up every single day. So I don't know if this is like a money motivation thing. Like, there must be money involved here. Or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's just all about work, or, you know, this is how they feel about you. And, you know, you feel like all it is work, 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 work. No party on my table. No party on my table. You party in El Dorado. Someone could have a bird that shits on their table. But a guardian, yeah. See, I'm going back to like a guardian here. Or this is somebody who really wants to, you know, guard you as well. I'm not really sure. And then I say to myself, I think Spirit's having me say that purposely. Like, I'm not really sure, but like, the message I'm delivering, I am sure. So I think that somebody be like, I'm not really sure. Like this person like teeter-totters. But I hope you get back on the horse. Somebody wants you to get back on the horse. I don't say that in my family. So somebody's family might say that. What's best for you? Could be you or them. That's how it came out before. So however you want to interpretate that. You got the King of Cups, very emotional. Could somebody here be a drinker? Yeah, but this is... So I do think somebody is upset. And here we go with Judgment again, which was on playfulness in Aquarius. What's best for us when it's safe for you to love? You got Justice. So is it karmic justice? Is it a Libra? But I think it, you know, Seven of Pentacles. What's best for you? Like, so somebody, you got to put the weight down here. Somebody is definitely, I don't know if somebody here I'm hearing is trying to outsmart somebody. But this is an energy where somebody doesn't want to invest in this situation. And it could be just because somebody feels uncomfortable or unsafe in a certain situation. So again, this could be the way you feel or they feel, but it's definitely time to put the weight down here. And with the King of Cups being reversed, this could be somebody that's just, I'm hearing vomiting, but vomiting, like spitting the words out, going a mile a minute. So I don't, you know, if somebody is drinking, then there could be some vomit. And then like, and I'm sorry. So somebody could have had a moment where they were at a party or hanging out, drinking. They don't typically drink, maybe. I don't know if they were just hanging out with their friends. They threw up and they were having a conversation about you at some point, or asking for advice. Should I apologize? Should I make a gesture? So that message already happened. Now somebody is just really emotional over you. I mean, really, to the point where at any point, you know, it's like, you know how you're having a conversation with somebody and then all of a sudden, like, you just cry? It's kind of like one of those things. So either they think you're not going to invest, so they're not going to waste their time, or I just did a big, and it moved the Seven of Pentacles, and it just didn't do it there, but it did when I was talking about it. I wanted to see how much force I needed to blow on it. So I feel like this is safe for you to love, though. Like, this is karmic justice, karmic retribution. What is karmic retribution? Hey, Siri. What is karmic retribution? Why am I blanking that? What is karmic retribution? Karmic retribution. Holy shit, someone needs to say something. Karmic retribution, the idea primarily within the Buddhist philosophy, with every action as good or bad has consequences, meaning your past deeds will inevitably influence your present and future experiences, essentially acting as a natural cause and effect principle where the negative actions lead to suffering and positive actions lead to happiness. So I think that's where somebody's at, you know. It's not just like punishment and outcome for your choices. It's how, you know, positive actions lead to happiness or suffering. Suffering or positive what? Suffering or a positive with action. Is that what it was? Oh, cause and effect. Principle of negative actions lead to suffering. Yep, I could see that. And positive actions lead to happiness. So there's too much overthinking and worry here. And it's just one of those things, you know, are they going to do it? Are they not? Are they going to see something through? Is, you know, this message for you where it's like, okay, you're like, no, I don't want to invest in this. And, you know, maybe you should, you know. What's the best advice for the two of you? Give your relationship a chance. Work on partnership. It's time to disconnect from the world. Maybe you guys should even get away. Okay. So this is something Spirit is pretty much saying, yes, go ahead and work on it. You know, lay the weight down. I mean, this could be both of you guys have issues with trust, or, I mean, this is, whatever this is going to be tough. I can tell, because justice is here. Is that because things have already gone wrong, and judgment, you know, coming out in the first reading at the bottom of the deck, that, you know, this is karmic retribution. What do you want? You can live your life and be miserable and crying and, you know, negative, which is the first thing I said with this collective energy. Somebody here is too hard on themselves, or the negative talk is impacting their life. So somebody here has to just take action in this karmic retribution. You could have a happy life, but you have to take action. You have to work on it. And especially if this is you two and something already went down. But it's basically saying, like, you can get there. It's worth getting there. It's worth the investment, even though you both could be teetering. Because you're both like, it almost reminds me of Aquarius, where it's like you probably both have this type of feeling in regards to something. And then, you know, you're both too fucking stubborn to admit you have feelings. It's something like that. Because one thing leads to another, and then another thing. You know what I mean? Somebody here just, they overthink. You know how, like, in the beginning, people play it cool and haha, and they say something and don't overthink it. But it's like, that's the overthinker, because they're already thinking it and putting it, kind of projecting it in your head, but not necessarily even a bad way. Like, it's just, words are like spells, guys. Certain things just stick with certain things, you know? And the Ace of Wands reversed with the Ten of Wands, that's no passion, that's no excitement, that's, you know, it's a heavy ass fucking journey, you know, like, snap out snap out of it, I'm hearing. So if it's being said like that, then it's been enough wallowing and overthinking. All right, Capricorn. I did the equal sign, equal 30. Capricorn weekend energy. How do they feel about you? That's what I like about you. Explain finances and career, please. Okay, we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a bigger level. Commitment, career, and finances. Financial issues are a factor right now in your love life, and love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So you deserve love. So somebody here could really feel like they don't. Again, in Aquarius, I don't think money came in, but I just did it Aries, and I know money came in. I can't remember how, but I know it did. Butterfly, cause and effect, butterfly, cause and effect there, more self-respect is needed, but this could be lower vibes too. Let me see what the cards say first. What's best for you with engagement? What's best for you? You could meet somebody new. What's best for you when it comes to finances, career, please? Finances and career. Finances and career. Love yourself first. Damn, guys. What are we on, Capricorn? Jesus. What's happening here? I feel like you're possibly even like all up in your head here, like in a cave. That's the 8 of Swords. No, that's the 9 of Wands in that card, the depiction I'm seeing in my head, like wounded warrior, get up. Again, like your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and you might not be with anybody, but sometimes when you spend time by yourself or you are with somebody, depending on a situation, sometimes you don't want to invest in things like that because you're still investing in yourself. But this is like a weird message here, because it's like this is higher commitment, and the 4 of Wands would be a partnership or a marriage, but like that's not solid right there either. That's topsy-turvy, like the 2 of Pentacles, like out of control energy because of somebody not making a decision. But it's like somebody who says, I'm not going to make a blind decision, but it's like, wake up, because you're not even making a decision, or you're not even seeing something here. Like it's almost like not even giving it a chance. So this could be an ex returning, like somebody you already divorced or you're going through a divorce. This feels more like a karmic partner might want you back. And this is something you're not investing in right now, but you're thinking about investing in it and going back, or somebody else is thinking about investing. This could have been somebody you worked with. I don't know if there was like a love affair at one point at work, like something. And that person's coming back around, or they already came back around. Like whoever thinks they're in a relationship and it's going good, it's in your head. It's in your head. This is somebody like possibly even tricking you. It's almost like every time there's an opportunity, like something happens, but then it's like you go back for it to see if it's there again. But it's like, it's not. You're being told it's not. Or this is how something's going to play out over the weekend. Maybe you thought this person liked you more than they did. Or maybe you thought you liked this person more, but you didn't. Or somebody's not serious. Somebody doesn't want commitment. And you're at a place in your life where you want that type of higher love and, a higher level of commitment. Something at least solid. It's only the Princess of Pens. So if you're not even getting the beginning of something solid, I wouldn't even reminisce and attempt to go back in a situation here. So this is either frickin' frack and one of them want each other back, or this is one of your karmics and it has nothing to do with one of the other two karmics. Because it's like considering going back and it's like, but there's nothing solid there. So I think it's time for you, your best advice, me personally giving you this reading as a reader, not spirit, like my own. I would, focus on, the things that are going to lead you tomorrow versus commitment in the sense, whether it's love, whether it's work, like there needs to be a little bit more self-respect. Oh shit, I forgot they were leaving. Let's see when you get back. My mom's going to get a PET scan. So this is like, it's like love or money. So there's something tricky here. What's your best advice here? This feels like an X, like almost like we can work it out, but like two karmics. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So somebody's got some heavy karma going on here. Some people, like, they stay together because they tell themselves, like, I don't want to be like my parents. I don't want to raise my children anything like my parents. Like, it's people who tell themselves that will eventually convince themselves of that, but it will ruin the marriage. It will ruin a commitment, depending on what stage of life this all went down. So like I said, like this is about you, your self-respect, your choices, what you want. There's too much conditioning here. You have somebody around you that also thinks they can pull the wool over your eyes or you're wrapped around their finger, and there's got to be fear here. Or somebody here also feels like if I take time and put some emotion into my life and, my love life and this and that it's just going to like fail. Like almost like I'd rather just put my time and effort into work. Maybe this is your time to stop focusing on you again and not a relationship. Maybe it's time for you to focus on your career, your money, your future. And didn't I bring up a story with kids or something happens? In one of the readings, Aquarius or Aries, I brought something up and it had to do, the motivational speaker, foster care, all that. So somebody is still holding on to a grudge here when it comes to how they were raised. And they could have been raised to, just work and make money and go to college and do this, or don't go to college, do a trade. You know what I mean? Like they had a lot of people surrounding them and kind of telling them how life works. I don't think this energy here had a chance to really figure out what the fuck they wanted. They just kind of followed the scent of money. I'm seeing trapper dogs, I'm seeing like service dogs that sniff, looking for drugs, stuff like that. I forget what you call them. Canine dog, canine, I forget, canine team. Anywho, like I'm getting but somebody like sniffing out money. There could be, I don't know if there's money buried in a backyard somewhere. There could be money buried in a backyard somewhere. And it could even be like currency from a long time ago, like a jar of pennies, or, somebody brought something over on a ship and over the years it just became part of the stones. Like something There's some type of discovery here. There's not too much into a past life, but clearly something. Or somebody buries their money in the ground as like a safety box, or house keys. Something that was old that you would even dig up. So I think somebody's going to dig up something this weekend. I don't know if it's just information, or if this is like a treasure hunt and it's fun. If this is like a work weekend, a work retreat, but this is way deeper than all that, guys. So I think the best advice I can give you would do not invest in anything right now that is questionable. Be in the moment, live in the moment. Even if you're creating something, I heard crafting something, don't think about how much money it's going to bring you, or don't think about, less time with a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You have to be in the moment this weekend. And because, you're going to craft something here. So stop investing in your love life if you can't make a decision. And when it comes to career, if you would turn this energy around, you'd be walking to the Four of Wands. You would be finding something solid there. So this is a tough one, because somebody could even think this person could help with career, but they got turned down, because I'm getting pulled to the finances and career again. And it reminds me of the stock story I told you, reaching out to somebody and they didn't get back to me. And he used to be a day trader, So at the end of the day, it was one of those where, it doesn't mean shut down shop. It's, seek your answers elsewhere. Don't try to convince somebody to help, or, there's definitely fucking manipulation here somewhere as well. And this is like somebody jealous at work too. I'm getting jealous vibes in the sense of go to work. You go to work, and then it reminds me of my ex-husband way when I was younger, and I'd go to work and it'd be he'd find out this person worked there and he would be jealous of that person, and then eventually I'd have to fucking quit because, or the kids, or, I'm going to be late tonight, or this and that. And, as if it's like having a job and then not having a job because of his own confidence, so something had to have been long-term here, because this is going back to family stuff. And I'm telling you, I lost my track. But those who have been with me since I had this video on, or at least started Aquarius at 104, I said something with Aquarius or Aries, and it was something in regards to trauma or childhood, something like that. It runs deep. It's like telling yourself, I'm not interested, but you are interested. Or, you had both of these and, that failed, and now that's failing because there's not enough self-respect here to do what it is you want when it comes to your own stability. So there's someone around you. It's just you have somebody still controlling a string, like a puppet, even if there is a clean break or a divorce, somebody here still feels like they have the upper hand over somebody, and that person who's here feels trapped by that energy because somebody knows how to word things, or, it's just you're not respecting yourself. You're giving more respect to people who don't deserve respect here. That's sad, so focus on you, this trauma. And don't focus on this trauma too much either. this feels like a therapy session that would take multiple videos if I was ever to sell the videos like that. Remember? Another reason why I stopped doing that whole love guru, because it was just, no, you could change somebody in a completely better way, like I did, and help people get out of marriages and this and that. Well, the way I said that was weird. Like I helped people get out of marriages. But I do have that gift. It's like a catalyst, like who do you want to be with? What's best for you at the end of the day? And I know I've helped a lot of people like that, but I was so tired of being that love guru with videos and knowing that I can fix something. If you really, I even said to that person, even a year after dating, like, if you really love her, I will be there for you. I will be your friend. I will tell you, what needs to be worked on and how you should work on yourself and certain stuff, like I just have the capability of doing that. But what's karmic is karmic, and it drains me and it takes a lot of energy out of me, because it takes two. And if the other person is not participating, it makes it very hard to have a solid, reliable relationship, even if you feel solid, So some type of divorce or marriage, something already happened here. And it's like, again, it's like staying for kids for money, or staying with kids, for your parents, because your parents divorced and you don't want to raise them that way. And, I've known people that have sheltered their kids because of how they were raised. But if they look at their work life, that was all from their parents. But when it comes to love life, because of the lack of love that they got, this is somebody who constantly fucks up relationships, because their security is money. Like that's where they feel the love. That's where they get that high. They don't have emotional highs here. This isn't somebody that ever really has, maybe they've had a few in their life, like an emotional high. But besides that, grinding. And it clearly ruined a marriage or some type of commitment. And this is also saying, like, this energy is going to come back around, and it could be money, it could be business. I'm not sure. But right now, you really just need to focus on yourself, your own business, your own love life. Like, there's still an attachment here that is awful. Like, somebody could have even I put a spell on you. Somebody could have put a love spell on somebody, like an ex, like frickin' frack, somebody a lot more scary than people would think. Oh, he or she just looks really conservative, or, they wouldn't do that. And I've said this all before, woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever you thought was wrong. Like, I feel like somebody here, in a way, how they feel about you, they don't want to come back, and they have too much pride right now. This feels like they don't want to come back, and it's like, I told you so. This is like, I told you so vibes, but you're not thinking I told you so. But this person is like, she nailed it. He nailed it. But somebody has too much pride here to even possibly even reconnect with somebody because of how they were raised. Like, don't go back to that person and apologize. What do you have to apologize for? Stay with the person who's more financially stable or emotionally stable. Like, family, 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 family. And it's not good advice. That's for sure. So again, it boils down to someone's parents here when it comes to emotional stability versus, following my track or my business. So let's, this college for this career. Like, that was the relationship with children. Like, there wasn't love like that. Like, they probably did a lot of fun things, and it's like the parents' way of showing love, or maybe there was like a miscellaneous father or a mother here. Like, so this was some type of marriage or a long commitment that you had with somebody is what this is. And somebody, this is either frickin' frack, and somebody comes back and it's like, don't do it. or this is you already dealt with frickin' fact and you were also involved with something. But this could be a message for you too, like, don't do it. You know, where's your self-respect? Because, you know, if you're trying to bloom in different areas of your life, you would have to separate love. You would have to separate work, you know, because this one doesn't want a relationship, but you're serious and you do want a relationship, and you can't have emotional feelings fucking up your future, this and that. So it's kind of like you just got to shut it down, because somebody comes in and likes to cause some type of cognitive disorder. Somebody has a cognitive disorder here. Somebody comes in and just wants to put you down or make you feel unstable, unreliable. But you gotta, you know, this is telling me you're not, and you're capable. If you invest in the right thing and take this blindfold off, and, you know, whatever this conditioning that came from your parents or great grandparents, like even a story, a tale, you know, there's something in that tale, or a family cross. Is that what it is? A family. But I'm hearing dragon tales now. It could be like a fable, something like, you know, I don't know. And it's just that fable was not meant for you. It was a fable. Because somebody here is realizing, I gotta switch shit up here. This isn't gonna work. Which I think is fucking brilliant. But the way you go, those who follow will not like it. Like, even if they follow you on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, you know. But again, this all boils down to family, how you were raised, and your tomorrow is, your past is affecting your tomorrow. So stop getting people's fucking opinions, whatever this is. Because, yeah, see, like, this is about you taking charge with the Emperor and the Ace of Cups here, okay? Somebody still has strings on you. And you could be tagging along and making this person feel like, all right, you have a little string and you're feeding it. But that's shitty too. You know, it's like dangling a carrot in a horse's face. You want it? You know, it's no, you know? So there's that. Cancer at 158. How do they feel about you? True love, attraction. These cards want to just come out by themselves right now. Express your love and flirt. Express yourself. I'm also getting pulled to a degree commercial, or like a deodorant commercial. Express yourself. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I think I was like a teenager or something, or maybe it was like soap. This is like overwhelming. I feel warmth and maybe not confirmation, warmth and claustrophobia. Religious factors. Your love life may be influenced by religious factors, spiritual past, people's upbringing. That came in one of the readings. That came in the collective read. You know, someone not necessarily liking what you do, being a little intimidated, or other people in the family won't like it. Say, too bad, so sad. Sorry, Karen. Sorry, Frank. Not sorry. I'm told Frank is like Karen. My dad went to a funeral, 2 3s. And my uncle was always like, he was such a Frank. And other people would say it too, in the older generation for sure, 70s, 80s, 60s, 90s. But he's like, I only showed up because his family. But man, that guy was an asshole. That's such a Frank. My dad was just laughing. So I didn't know Frank was like Karen. And again, I think it's an older generation, but that's what I'm going to use, Karen and Frank, you know. So Karen and Frank, which is almost like frickin' frack, but not necessarily. What the fuck, Cancer? So how somebody feels about you, true love, attraction. Somebody's definitely attracted to you. They feel like it's, a romance of a lifetime. They're nervous to express themselves, but this is like, go ahead and make a gesture, flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. You tell your story. No, so like somebody's energy over the weekend is going to shift, maybe even drastically. Maybe you're going to buy flowers. It means something. You look up the type of plant you have or something you come across. I would say get outside, pay attention to birds. Especially you can't always like smell the roses this time of year. But this message came in the other day too. Try to buy plants that are like dirt cheap right now because they're coming from California. They're coming from other places. They're shipping everything out, the farmers, just to play it safe. So everything is really reduced right now because they need money in their pockets. So make sure you help like the local farms if it's local farms. This could be something about donations, but trying to figure out where you'd really donate that would be significant. It's like all the animals again, with the women taking in the cats, and then the guy with the dogs, and the neighborhood with the chickens, and So animals. Oh, it's full moon in Cancer. Definitely go watch the full moon in Cancer, guys. That I did just the other day, I think. It was yesterday, but that was weather, right? Oh, I can't remember. So somebody is all up in their feelings, but it still feels like a pause. Like, go ahead and make a romantic gesture. Like, you might be like, yeah, no, fuck that. I'm feeling like very two stubborn people. I think that came out at the end of Aquarius. I'm hearing like Taurus. So there could be something in your chart, like where your Taurus is, like where your Venuses are. Venus flytrap, another plant. Could feel trapped. Or maybe, it's time to grow seeds, plant seeds, like little seeds. Watch something grow. Because something has potential here. So something's telling me right now that something is also on pause because somebody's not saying something. Again, I'm getting the vibe of feeling frustrated. I shouldn't have to say anything. And then it's like this person, like, oh, I'll play games or not do this, or but has a lot of love, and they're not saying anything either. But I'm getting frustration with this express your love because this is telling me you already have, and you're waiting on this person to, or this person, or vice versa, already has and waiting on you to reply. And it also pulls me to that show Younger that I'm just like binge watching for the last 4 days. Guys, it's on Netflix. It's such a good little series. I don't know how people watched it in 5 years with half-hour shows every week. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one thing waiting for like Game of Thrones until next week, but I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have been impatient. So I'm just watching the series now, and I think I'm on season 6, but it's just, I'm getting the vibe that it reminds me of like Sex in the City, but I didn't watch Sex in the City, but it kind of gives me that type of vibe with just how everybody meets and all the friendships. It's so good, Jen. I mean, you guys might not like it. For me, I love it. Like I hit play, like I want to finish it out. Like it's good, And it's not one of those, oh, it makes me want to have, a romantic this, or this could happen, or it doesn't even make me feel like that. It doesn't even make me feel like, some people will be like, all right, maybe it is okay for me to have an age limitation here. So I don't know if there's an age thing here, but it reminds me of a Sex in the City. Like I would have laughed, but again, I've never seen Sex in the City. But I think Sex in the City is all about like friends and stuff, right? Hey Siri, what was Sex in the City about?
Based on Candace Bushnell's best-selling book of the same name, and created by Darren Star, Beverly Hills, 90,210, and Melrose Place, Sex and the City takes a candid and comical look at the lives and loves of 4 Manhattan career women in their 30s and 40s. This is from Britannica.
Thank you. So they all
Of
work.
course.
They all work at like a publisher. So it's like all friends like that. So maybe I'll put that on my list after surgery, Sex in the City. So that's coming out, something with the Cancer moon too. I don't remember everything with that reading, but again, I keep getting Taurus here, and I keep getting anger and frustration. Like, it's just not worth it. And that could be the case, but maybe that's how something's already played out. So it's like somebody won't even hit you up because something already played out like that. Or this person is not emotionally responsible or emotionally, ready. And it's like they could be, but like, you give them anxiety, and they're getting the two confused here, because somebody here is definitely feeling that vibe of like, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? While I just heard they're sitting back crying about something. So, I mean, fuck, guys. I don't even like that feeling. That's the feeling I used to get in the beginning of my reads where I'd clear the fucking board. And I got it in Aquarius too. But I not with so much. I mean, I can feel it. It's already aggravating me. So you might get triggered, or they I don't see anybody wanting to purposely trigger you. Like, this is where I'm like, things that make you go, And I know I used that previous example with somebody not getting back to me, and that's not where the frustration is. So, and I don't have this frustration. So I think you're dealing with somebody. This is their frustration. Like their anxiety. Like, it is, whew. This isn't somebody who wants to come dump a load on you like that. Like, this is more, oh shit, something in my dream last night, somebody shitting on someone's face. It wasn't a dream, it was a thought. I might as well, okay. It was like a punishment, like our troops being held hostage. Like, I got somebody like shitting on someone's face, or trying to pour like cow shit into somebody's mouth. But it's like still not talking, and then somebody literally sits on their face, shits, and shoves the shit in the person's mouth. Like, I just, then after that, I remember getting like a little more clearer, and I was like, what the actual fuck was that about? And to me, guys, that's not sexual. That's, I don't know if somebody feels like in their own like hostage situation here. Whatever this is fucking intense, guys. But it's like, you're not in a hostile situation. You put yourself in a hostile situation because you're not doing what you want to do. Or this is somebody that has a huge fucking ego, and they're a straight up fucking Karen or Frank, and they know you feel this way. And, they're waiting more for you to say something, because I did see the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So tell me, what's the best thing for us when it comes to true love, please? Ooh, this deck needs to be cleared. 3 of Pentacles, Page of Princess of Pentacles. That seems real. It seems like maybe worth investing. Cancer, true love. What is this true love? This could be unconditional love too. What are you going to tell us? Yeah, see, this is like that self-imprisonment, but it's like getting out of it. The Star, not having much hope. Princess of Wands, not the best messages. But this is getting yourself out of it, but then there's conflict. So this, again, is like there's this fucking teeter here. And I don't know if all of a sudden you're going to get emotional about something and you feel hopeless, like this is never coming. But like, what's best for you is just to let go whatever it is and go after what you're attracted to. Like, again, like an extreme overthinker here, to the point where you wouldn't even know how to work this out with somebody, because it is, I don't know if you work with 2 different parts of brains. Somebody here can be a linear thinker. Yeah, see, it's something. Didn't this come into in the reading? Like something, not. I think there's 3 or 4. What type of thinkers are there? Analytic, creative. Whoa. I wanted more intuitive. I wanted more of. I think there's only like 3 types of thinkers. Lateral thinking, logic thinking, divergent thinking, using your imagination, also called horizontal thinking. Remember in one of the reads today, I said something like that, like it was something with words maybe, or somebody was dancing around the bush or not saying something, like I'm not sure, but linear is not even here. Logical. What is the difference between a logical thinker and a lineage thinker? Linear thinking is binary process only with 2 sets of answers, correct and incorrect. The logical thought process includes very opinion beyond yes and no responses from consideration. The simple fact, sequential and organized, making it the most popular thought process. So, what is a linear thinker? A linear thinker is analytic, methodical, rational thinking. They have a different thinking style. Linear thought processes move forward and align with the starting point and ending point, and our brains often want to make simple, straight connections in a sequential order. I've had people tell me I'm a linear thinker before too. So the opposite of a linear thinker is a lateral thinker, views problems from manipulative multiple perspectives, and then random, because lateral thinking is based on discovery, exploration, spontaneous events, and the opposite of linear thinking, slow, disorganized, and non-consequential. People ADD with linear thinkers. A particular configuration of the brain both has advantages and disadvantages depending on the context. So I would think I'd be more like a lateral thinker too. But I mean, these type of thoughts and what's going on here, like it's also going to change throughout your life too. You know, when people change their perspective and look at things differently, especially when it comes from your heart, your soul, and what you want to do with yourself, and you go through a major transformation, your thinking process is going to change too. So I mean, I don't know why all this is coming out in Cancer with the way somebody like thinks, because these are like really good. So I think like here, I think like you're just like 2 different type of thinkers, or like one of you works with both sides of certain parts of your brains and somebody else only works with one. Like somebody's brain is activated more than the other brain maybe, and it's just the way they were born, just the way they adapted, you know. That's probably has something to do with genes. I'm getting pulled to like autistic. I mean, I honestly think I'm borderline autistic. But I've also totally borderline artistic. I think people just say that when they're trying to find an answer. But here's the thing. You don't need an answer here. That brings me to why I started fucking YouTube. Because I knew I wasn't the only one that thinks like me in my whole life. You know, people have always made me feel like it's my fault, or I'm not smart enough, or because I learned differently. But I was smart enough to get the answers. The teachers just didn't like the replies. Like it was a real childhood. It was a real childhood. It was a weird childhood in that sense, because I remember all that stuff, like going through hearing testing, you know, deaf in one ear, which has a lot to do with my speech as well. A lot of people think it's like an accent, and it is an accent, but it's also because of my pronunciation, because of being almost deaf in one ear. So, what the fuck, Cancer? What, I don't know if someone doesn't feel good enough. You're smarter, they're smarter, or why do they want to be with me? Why not? This person's pretty, I don't feel good enough. This person's handsome, why would they want to be with me? Like, this is like too much though. Like, I don't know who you're dealing with, but this is a lot. This is like too much. It's too much weight on somebody's shoulder. Like, I don't know why somebody is so into like how you think or how you process things. It reminds me of the person, again, like, it reminds me of the person. Good morning.
Good morning. I was fine this morning because I want to start the gym early. Now we're
Mhm.
Anyways, and Dennis got like a package this morning. I was going to say because this is crazy. Watch the deliveries that were for the Amazon. Wait, Dennis, do I have to skip through?
Almost there.
Okay. Oh, right here. Okay, he delivers over there first, and then he comes over here. Do you see him?
Yep.
Mind you, the stairs are literally over here.
Fucking people.
I was so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I want to try and figure out where this fucking jackass works so I can fucking tell the people.
Did you guys, is this truck in the video? Can you get the license plate?
No, he walked down the road.
Yeah, his car's right here.
Oh, I thought he walked down.
That's his car right there.
Oh,
He drives a
Here's-
black Corolla.
here's a car.
Can,
His car right there, black Toyota.
the way you can't see the license plate.
No, but I got the exact car, so all they have to do is find who drives a black Toyota with no rims on it.
Well, you can call where you ordered it from, make a complaint, and tell them you want the name of whoever just delivered, like the name of the company that just delivered it. They can give you that information. Because he or she puts their ID in when it's delivered. Did you hear what I said?
What?
He or she always, when it says delivered, they have to sign in with their ID, employee ID. So it's trackable. All right, I'm on YouTube. Good thing it wasn't anything breakable.
Hey, you took a picture of it with it on his hand. Like, do they know what his hand looks like?
All right, I love you.
Tattoo or something to like recognize it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I just heard like summer loving, having some fun. Okay, so this is like in the collective read for sure. Man, I don't know why somebody is. It's negative salt. What's the best? Oh man, I'm torn. I don't know how to. They were in that, but then they flip like that. So let me ask Spirit which way they want me to put it back in, because I want to put it in the same way, but it came opposite, so I don't know if it was meant to slide like that and for me to put it back in like that so it's upright. So one of these cards might come out, so I am going to put them in backwards. And backwards would be Ace of Wands, Four of Swords, Prince of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So you have this other energy, like this very unenergetic, too much thinking, lots of crying. But then you have this Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So this is one energy and then another, and I'm getting linear again. So somebody is, I'm thinking they like the way you think, but they can't understand it. And if they can't understand it, like maybe this is somebody who's always like we just click, but somebody who can't read you, and when somebody can't read you, it's intimidating. because they want to have the upper hand, like they can read you. But it's like, it's constantly, your thought process is constantly shifting. That's what I was going to say. The one I was dating, I was always saying like something, and they're like, oh, and then I would say, explain it a different way. And I've said this to you plenty of times, and then I would explain it a different way. And people, then they started looking at it as if like I was trying to manipulate, like I was doing a magic spell or something. So it's just like, it is ridiculous. But people who can't read people that can typically read people, they're intimidated by that. They're not going to tell you that. They're definitely still going to be interested in you, but it bothers them that it's like they know how you think, but then it's like just the next day you're like thinking something else. And I'm just realizing like that sounds a lot like me. So it's just multiple parts of your brain being activated at the same time, but not in the sense where it slows you down or you're manipulating. It's, it's like, I even used a word last night, relic, and I don't think that's ever came out of my mouth with Mia. And I forget how I even used it, but I was walking down the stairs and I'm like, I've never used that word. So it could be intimidating. Maybe remember when I was dating the Colonel and he would write something like with text messages and I'd literally have to Google it because I didn't even know the word. And it made me feel like, but it made me feel like he had some type of like superior, like the words he used and make him sound like smarter or put him like in power or, but it's like sometimes words just come out and then they're like, you're turning into a different person or blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's that stuff's just there. And I remember going to lunch with him one time and I said something and I was like, I tried to pronounce it and then he pronounced it a completely different way. And he was laughing. I think it was some type of cheese. And I was like, I didn't have my glasses on either. But when I did put my glasses on, I still didn't know what it was, how to say it properly. So what's going on here? What is happening here? Is it this much confusion so you're just out? Like what? Like, I don't think you're manipulating anybody or vice versa, but somebody thinks they're being manipulated. So this is a tough one. This tells me a lot of things have been unsaid in a situation, if this is what this is coming down to. So I don't know if this person's going to come back around or not, guys, when it says express yourself. Oh yeah, that was that Taurus energy, but it calmed. Oh, that's a challenge. Two of Swords, making a decision. Do I talk? Do I not? It's whoa. King of Wands reverse, non-committal. There's a lot of things I can say about that, but it could just be like, you got the Lovers, Eight of Cups. Usually pretty arrogant, naive. Then you got the Eight of Pentacles when it comes to work, and then you got kind of someone watching you, but they're kind of holding back. Like, why are you holding back on giving that Six of Pentacles, So, and I just feel like somebody's really like they want to come back. Someone's got a lot of love for you, but they don't want to tell you. Again, it reminds me of, what was it, Aquarius? Maybe this is Aquarius moon, has to do with emotions. It's Cancer, 4th house. It's like afraid to talk to you, or like afraid, like, what was the example I was just going to give? Like too proud to tell you like you were right. But I don't think you're asking like, told you so. But somebody thinks that you're going to say like, I told you so. So somebody's almost like embarrassed here to even tell you that they love you because of all the bullshit or something that went down over here. So somebody here is recognizing at least how they treated you. I don't know if that's good enough for you. So somebody's just struggling, this weekend, whether or not to communicate or work. I do feel like there's another energy here that already escaped this. But then you have somebody else, like, why you got somebody negative, like, why do you like me? Why do you find me attractive? Why, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like they don't know their own qualities because people have shit on this person, maybe even since fucking childhood. I don't know. It's one of those vibes. And this is why sometimes, like, with weekend energy, I do, I break it down by the 4 elements because there's always a story there too. And, these 4 have already kind of told a story, and they're not necessarily all linked, but there's something within each read. But this read feels like a whole bunch of other reads. Like, I just got pulled to August. Leo season, Virgo season. So again, it could be like summer loving, having some fun. Like, but I don't see heavy reminiscing here. This is more somebody's like very arrogant, too much pride. And do they want to come back to you? But they're not. They're just, working, doing their thing and watching. So that's unfortunate because it reminds me of the show Younger. Like, if 2 people would have just said one thing, or somebody would have, put their ego down and their pride or their vulnerability, if they feel too vulnerable, they're not going to hang out with you. Things like that, So this person has some growing to do. Whoever this is thinking about you, if, somebody just doesn't have the guts here to approach you, they'd rather just watch you from a distance. But they love you. They would love to flirt. They would love to do this, but they're keeping you at a distance. Which is, again, very unfortunate. What a waste of life. That's just how I feel. It really, truly is an unfortunate situation. There's no way to live life. So if you're on the opposite side of this, it's not one of those vibes where it's like time to let it go, but I'm glad you're kind of releasing it. But the way you're releasing it is kind of bittersweet. I don't know if the follow through will work for you, and it could be your thought process, especially with the 5 of Wands here, or it's somebody else's thought process when, it comes down to this. And whatever that is, mentally, emotionally, physically, it's like instant attraction. It's almost like you can't hold back. But somebody here is very disciplined and they are holding back, but they're very arrogant. And they could even be very disrespectful with the King of Wands being reversed like that. Too much ego. And I don't even see you being like, I told you so. So somebody just thinks not too positively about you. I mean, they could really, be sincere and, maybe they like how you think, or they're trying to figure out how you think or why you think like that. But that's an overthinker. Like, whoa, like back the fuck up. Whoa, like, whoa, horses, what, like buffalo, something like heavy ass fucking earth animals. Oh yeah, again, Taurus. Someone's Taurus. I mean, somebody's moon might be Taurus. And to have a Taurus moon would be like, ugh, I have a Capricorn moon. I know. To have a moon in an earth sign is very, in an earth sign is very difficult to maneuver. Especially if you're not in your Venus. You'd be more like fantastical energy, fatalistic energy, like, I forget the word for it, like, so this looks a little bit of a shit show. I'm sorry if you're dealing with a Cancer or somebody who has their moon in Cancer. Somebody might have an earth moon. and they're, they have to deal with the fourth house right now, and somebody doesn't want to be vulnerable. Somebody doesn't want to cry in front of you. Somebody doesn't want to tell you like you are right. But I'm getting a vibe of you wouldn't have to say you are right. Like it's like something's like dead and gone, but somebody's ego and fear and all this other stuff thinks that you're just gonna be like, haha, proved you right, and then maybe like then disappear. Like someone's got a lot of fear here, but you can't control that. They can, you can't. If you're on the opposite end. One card for the both of you. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. Free yourself. Time to take control back of your life. Like other people's judgments and opinions, and but this is just like fucking amazing. So when somebody here has more fucking confidence and stops shit talking themselves, and it's like it's again, like I feel like this whole reading should be what it is. I looked up with the whole thinking thing here. Yeah, right here, the cause and effect principle, where negative actions lead to suffering and positive actions lead to happiness. So somebody is suffering here and somebody's on the road to happiness, and it's like, you're going to jump on this path or not. What's stopping you? Why is it stopping you? Why does that person have power over you? Because that's the reality of a situation. You're allowing somebody else in your life to have power over what you do next. And it's not just your own thoughts. It's other people's opinions. But the love that I see here is just beautiful. Don't party on my table, okay? No party. You party in El Dorado. Or right there. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Where are your treats? That was awesome, peanut butter. Awesome. Mama loves that. He literally jumped off the table and into his cage when I said El Dorado. Good boy. Where's your favorite little treats? We got grasshoppers, we got crickets. Where's your worms? Where's your worms? Those are your favorite. Wow. Yeah, good boy. Where do you want your treat? Where do you want it? Come here. Come get your treatsies. Mama got a treat. I got a treat for you. You up there? You want me to put them up there? I can do that. And here? Do that too. Wow. Boy. There you go. Good boy. So funny when I have food in my hand, he like jumps on my hand and then like pecks me, goes in circles like he's protecting the food and looking out, So watch what you're eating for food too. Somebody could purposely be trying to make you, I don't know, somebody is giving you food that you shouldn't be ingesting. And you can't tell it's like in the soup or something. Just be careful. Like if you've ever questioned the possibility or the thought, listen to your intuition. Sorry, I had to turn on the tortoise's lights. This is going to be in 2 reads because 2.5 hours. I will get back to it today. I promise you. But we'll stop at Leo. We'll do Gemini and Leo because I need a break from sitting this long. All right. And this is just supposed to be weekend energy, guys. So this is more than weekend energy. This is someone that you clearly know. Gemini. It's probably because of the moon in Cancer. Don't really have a choice, an option. You got honeymoon and express your love. And then again, this is pulling me to that exact saying. You know, cause and effect. Principle when negative actions lead to suffering and positive actions lead to happiness. It's the choices and the outcomes you make, you know. And again, it's like express yourself. Somebody could have been like at a distance, but this is enjoying time together. This feels and looks more like daydreaming, like a fairy tale story. Or on the other hand, for sure, it's you're with somebody and things, you know, somebody might propose to you. Somebody might want to like, oh shit. Like, when did you just do that? The fuck, buddy? Gross. Grossy Josie. Let me get the best advice for both of you. Calling in your soulmate. Prayers, affirmations, visualizations help brings two together. So somebody could be manifesting you, or this is already manifested. Gemini, please. A honeymoon. 6 of Pentacles. That was Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. 7 of Cups reversed. I don't know why this 6 of Pentacles seems so, I'm hearing virtual, seems so real, seems so like it's close. You're picking up on the energy. You're dreaming of somebody. You're calling in love. Or this, because this is how this person feels about you too. So, but if somebody felt maybe a little, I feel like with the 7 of Cups reversed, somebody felt a little out of control with the situation. This could be for those who are planning a marriage right now, ceremonies, you know, reception. It's like, don't spend your money on needless things, even if there is money, you know. So there is something where, you know, love means more. And it is, you know, I don't know if they're trying to tell you like, hey, like you mean more to me than, you know, you think, or you're more than just an option. You're more than just a friend. You're more than just a soulmate. You're more than just the average person. It's something like that, you know, and it's I'm hearing endearing. So it's almost like you've called each other in over the weekend, but like it's also emotional, but like this is somebody who can cover all the 7 cups. Like they can give you the 6, so why are you at your 7? Or this might be manipulation and say, let's go on a trip. I think the kids could use it. Or, but like you're divorced or something, you're separated. Because I said separated with this honeymoon. Or even like a vacation. You could have ruined like a vacation, something that was going good. But I feel like as somebody's calling in their soulmate here, along comes like an ex. Along comes trouble. again, I feel like it's almost emotional manipulation here. So be careful. There's a woman or a man, but I wanted to come on and do like a woman read, a third party, another woman. But there's so many different ways. Yesterday you would have interpreted that, so I said forget it. And again, I think it's not two people that are together. I think it's two people who are divorced or separated, or it's over. There's no going back. But there's business involved, family, kids, long-term relationships, something. And somebody's like, hey, I have an idea. Since people have kind of been sad lately, like, let's take a vacation. Like, let's do that, But I feel like that's manipulation. And for others of you, this could be somebody that's, really got your back, and they know that, they can help, or you need or want them, or, it is very emotional, but like, I can give you, what you think I can't. So I don't know if somebody's going to like try to convince you that they're like a new person or something, but I feel like 10% of you, this is a good thing. And 90% of you, this is just an ex wanting to manipulate conversation or something. Like, this would be somebody who would want to be back with somebody. So this would be somebody like, let's take a family vacation. Let's do this, like, it's somebody just wants to be priority here, unfortunately. Others of you, I see clarity here too. So you have to separate yourself from a situation here. There's got to be something present. Like, you already called in your soulmate. Like, there's somebody else here. So whoever's trying to convince you that they're soulmates, I mean, there's something very karmic here. What is it you want us to know? The best, how do we make the best out of this situation? 3 of Cups reversed. Yeah, see, there's somebody else here. Yep, the Lovers. There's a third party. But like, honestly, like, I don't know if it's really a third party, because you can have a third party in the sense of, a child gets in the middle of something. A third party in the sense somebody did cheat on you, or you're just friends, or, but you got 2 cards of water that are reversed. So there is something extremely emotional here about somebody, but you have somebody else, trying to make more of an effort to possibly even do like family things with this 6 of Pentacles, and your focus should be on just your family, not your love life. You're healing right now, yada, 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 like I said, 4 of Swords, but this is reversed. This is somebody, Princess of Cups keeps being at the bottom of the deck, but this is somebody who, is not interested in giving. And again, it could be to someone else. But then we have the Ace of Coin. As I said, there's somebody else not interested. But then you got the Prince of Cups that wants to pop out with the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, somebody here, it's not romance. At one point, there was romance, fun, dating, flirting, sexual encounters, past life energy, and meanwhile, someone's been calling in their soulmate. Somebody probably get tested this weekend with an ex-wife, ex-girlfriend. Because I feel like there's strong masculine energy here that's attracted to a woman, but something in the past already went down. And they're thinking about you this weekend. And, it's like one of those things. This person's thinking about you, and then next thing, the ex calls. And then, people look at that as a sign, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go towards the other person I was thinking of, and I should just make it work with the ex because we have kids, or we have a business together, or your family would be disappointed. It's energy like that on the board that I don't like. So I don't know how this is going to go down for you this weekend, but I do know that somebody, looks at you as long-term, but they've already had a long-term commitment with somebody else in the past that, at one point they didn't want them. And then the other person came back as if, he or she really wanted them, but they didn't, it was for financial reasons or children, or just to keep somebody separated from somebody, because there's a soulmate here and you've already clearly manifested something, but you have another woman here that's trying to interfere. And it's like, let's go on vacation. Let's do this, let's go to dinner, maybe you want me to have a sleepover tonight? Like, it's nasty energy because there's a woman here that's just trying to stop somebody from moving forward. So you have a woman here that's very intuitive, but she's not nice. She clearly obviously knows about you and is trying to stop something. But it's very manipulative. She's not saying your name. She just knows if something's over, and maybe you've always been there, guys. It's definitely something like that. So I do hope that somebody really goes after what they want here. It really feels like, family first, family first, family first, but it's not. The way somebody thinks of family first is conditioning. It's wrong. It's ass backwards thinking, because that's stopping somebody's future, is somebody else's thoughts. So again, it's like you got to rip the string off the fucking puppet. But somebody might like being a puppet. Makes them feel good, makes them feel like man of the house, woman of the house, you know what I mean? Like, but somebody else doesn't give a flying fuck. They're only trying to stop you from going in a direction that they know that you're probably eventually going to go. So there's a lot of Geminis out here, or the people, how they feel about you, and that's how they feel about you. But that's kind of like, best thing would to go after true love and you and have that, and but again, someone might just put family first here. Where's the other cards? Where's the other cards, butter? What cards are we missing? That wasn't just what we had. Oh, okay, that's what we had. And then I feel like there's something over here too. Okay, but I don't see any other ones. Off my head. Off with my head. Yeah, you have a woman here that really is, she's got a hold on you. She could even put a spell on you. Oh, look at that. It's upright. But it was reversed. Yeah, somebody kind of has to try to ignore this person, but they're getting somebody at a vulnerable time. And that's where like the energy becomes, dangerous, because it's like an open door to suck somebody back in. So again, I don't know if that's a test. Everybody's chart, your Gemini, could be Mercury too, is being tested this weekend. Look at that 3 of Cups really wanted to come out. And now the 7 of Cups is upright. So it's pulling me to that saying, like, cause and effect. Your negative thoughts will lead you to negative situations. Positive action will lead you to happiness. There's a fly on the wall with honeymoon. Yeah, somebody's just stopping somebody. So there's a fly on the wall is a message for Gemini. So somebody is watching, trying to listen, find out things. I see somebody chatting, meeting friends for lunch, family. But I think it's like off my head. I think they're talking shit about you, like with the 5 of Wands or something, or, sitting around a nurse's station, or sitting around, a coffee table or something. 4 of Wands reversed. Again, but like 9 of Cups, like they don't want to think about it. So somebody doesn't want somebody to think about something, so they think they're going to come and cheer them up. But I'm telling you, it doesn't, this person, just someone here does not want to see you happy. Yeah, see, 5 of Cups. You got to be careful here because there is a fly on the wall and someone does not want you to see happy. And I think somebody is starting to lose their shit. That somebody else is moving forward to the consequences. So, but they don't want to think about it, but they're always thinking about you, but then there's somebody else. So this person has some deep conditioning to break. I'm not saying it can't work out, but this energy would have to be very strong to follow their own path in life, because right now they feel really guilty and restricted, and you know, you can't hold somebody's hand and try to tell them, you know, there's better days ahead, because, you know, or whatnot, because it's like fake. Like an ex wants to come back. Oh, that was Gemini. I'm still on Gemini. You know, but like they don't want you to think about like what made you happy. Like this is somebody that has you where they want you. Oh, could have worked out, or we knew it wasn't going to work out. This is 2 people who like divorce, but they're insistent on being best friends. But there's a woman or a man here that acts like they want to be best friends, but they don't give a fuck. They just don't want you to move on with somebody. And clearly it's somebody in particular. Clearly. They don't want you to remember the good times. And if they don't want you to remember the good times, it was with them. But there's probably more sorrow than anything, because, you know, somebody's trying to rest and think, and, you know, they fantasize about you. But there is, you know, a mother, brother, sister, Samantha, sister, something with an S. Amanda's, that's not a thing. Amanda's pocket watch. Though this is, it's definitely something karmic in a different life, maybe with a sister, a brother, or a lover. Somebody's karma doesn't even, somebody thinks this is like their karma, but I think it actually boils down to somebody else's karma, to be honest with you. This is a confusing read. I'm sorry. I feel like that could confuse some of you. Not explaining who's who, but somebody really wants to be with you and is being held back by Karen's, Amanda's, Phillips. So there's definitely something with an S here. Screwing with your mind, because it's like Philip screwdriver. Or this person, like they're thinking about it like all day, and it's like, fuck, I want to stop thinking about this. Because it brings sorrow, but it doesn't bring sorrow for them. Something brings happiness for them, and it brings sorrow for somebody else. So somebody has some deep ass fucking karma here with somebody that they're not supposed to be with. But it's like over the years, they convinced themselves, families, they convinced themselves that it would work. They didn't want to break up. They didn't want anything to come into the middle of this, you know, but like your future's here, like, what are you doing? But it's stressing somebody out. It's a big judgment call, because somebody knows there's going to be a family member that's not okay with the situation. But again, like, I feel bad for this energy. It's like, please go live your life. If you love somebody, tell them you love them. If you want to be with somebody, tell them you want to be with them. Like, but there's a family member here that wants to keep this person from moving forward, because this person thinks if I move forward, there's going to be a tower. So I'm better off not doing anything. I'm better off where I am. But they're not. So some of you guys, this energy, I hate to say it, won't even come toward you. I don't know. I don't think they're going to make it, because in the sense of whoever this ex is, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, like she does get nasty, and she probably would cause problems for the rest of you guys' lifetime, to be honest with you, because she's nasty. Like, you've never seen her bad side, because you guys swept it under the rug, or there was no communication, something. And then every time you're talking about an issue, you're talking to somebody who's already conditioned, probably a higher family member. Like, so there's there's a woman or a wife, husband, whatever it is, and other family members, sisters, brothers, mothers. Everyone's trying to fucking interfere and tell somebody what they should do and not do. Like, it's a happy family, leave it where it is. Even if there's a divorce, things are working out, you guys are friends, you know, you're doing things with the kids, but this other woman that's doing this, or man, but I feel it's a woman, you know, is just all for the wrong reasons, because her intuition already knows where somebody wants to, the direction somebody will eventually probably go in again. This person probably told so many lies and along the way that it would be even hard for them to come your way, because then they have to admit the lies that come with it. So this is some heavy ass fucking karma. Somebody's Saturn has to be in the house of Gemini, which also was communication and Mercury. Ruled by. So like I said, somebody's trying to stop somebody from being happy, and they will use an emotional tactic, and it could be any family member, guys. You know? Doesn't have to be an ex-lover, any family member. But he asked me, it looks like multiple family members is trying to tie down somebody and tell them where the direction that they should go in. All right, Leo. Leo, 2:57. Let me have a sip of water. Throat's starting to hurt. 3 hours. Leo, weekend energy. Leo, reconciliation. Someone from your past is going to return. This could be the one. Wow, safe for you to love, give your relationship a chance. I don't know where your Leo is in your chat right now, but it's fucking shining bright. There's such an intimate situation here. So this is how like one of these Leos out here are thinking about you and wanting to reconnect. I don't know what went wrong, obviously something, or nothing, you know, it doesn't have to be obvious. Maybe someone had a crush on you and they never said it, you know, but this is, something had to have happened, whether they talked about it or you talked about it, you know, it's, and if, you know, give it a chance, then it's telling me, you know, you probably know this person. Safe for you to love. What read was that in? Aries, where it looked like almost like a protector. But it could be, you know, they're thinking that you're not going to open up. You're not going to give them a second chance, third chance, fucking sixth chance. Who the fuck knows with this energy? But somebody is thinking about you heavily. So this could be somebody's Venus placement. They could have Leo and Venus, Uranus, a little bit of Neptune, Leo. How do you make the best out of this situation? King of Swords. So somebody is a little arrogant here, shut off, cold. Could be stop being so cold. King of Wands. Yeah, I think somebody here is definitely overthinking with the 5 of Wands, but that could stop. Somebody is thinking about their future right now, but there's no action, because somebody is kind of like heartless right now. It thinks like you think that they're heartless, but somebody doesn't want to argue with you. It's not like they want to put the weight down, but I don't know if this person is like, all right, I spent enough time. Anxiety, big judgment, huge judgment with this 6 of Pentacles this 6 of Pentacles this weekend. 6 of Pentacles. 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 I don't know why this person's so torn, because they see it. Or you see it. This could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner, you seek. I didn't even see that. Yeah, so you've kind of already manifested something here, but it's very emotional. You got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so it's like you're both kind of cold maybe to a situation. It's pulling me to like that Taurus and Aquarius or Aries reading. And it wasn't safe for you to love. It was the same card that kept coming out, just kind of being receptive. But this could be something that's going to be exposed. If there was something hidden, it's going to come to light. I just heard someone could be preparing. What do you want us to know about? It's safe for you to love. Nine of Cups, Princess of Swords. It's like, put the phone down, put the thoughts down. This is like not a happy message. You got the High Priestess. You could be dealing with the High Priestess, so this is a message for the High Priestess to be like, let your guard down a little bit. I've never looked at this as like a protector, but that's how it's coming out in these reads this weekend. Like, put the sword down, put your wall down a little bit. I do think there's something hidden here, but I don't think it's hidden. Like, maybe somebody like has never said like, I love you, like I really am in love with you. This versus like, I just love you. Like, someone doesn't know the difference between love. But if they're feeling this, this is love. Is this love that you're feeling? So, it is safe. Put your guard down a little bit and give something a shot here. Something is manifested and it's going to be revealed soon. Someone sees you more than you know. But I think you would have the same vibe. Interesting. In the world, High Priestess in the world. So if secrets are over, they're done. They're being exposed. It doesn't look like the best delivery, though. Seven of Swords. Yeah, a lot. There's stuff being exposed. But there's also surrounding circumstances is what I'm hearing. But you got to be able to, I guess, find it within you to, discuss the surrounding circumstances, but don't focus on the surrounding circumstances. This would be just focusing on you two at first and then figure out like where things go. Because this feels like a challenge. Because right now you're telling me like, nope, I don't even want to hang out with this person, blah, 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 blah. Or this person is like, they're not going to hang out with me. Or this person's like convinced like, yeah, take your wall down. There's some ego there, so be careful. But this could be like being shut down or rejected or something in the sense of the King of Swords being reversed, just they convinced themselves how something was going to go. It's that whole thinking read. And was that Cappy or Cancer? I'm thinking it's got to be Cancer, full house energy, full moon house, fourth house moon, full moon. Best thing for us to do in this situation, give this work on your partnership. Got the High Priestess, Seven of Wands. In order to do that, guys, you really have to let your wall down and be vulnerable. And I don't think you want to be vulnerable with this energy anymore. But Spirit's telling you, let your wall down a little bit. You're not dealing with a Leo here. I mean, you guys could be, but this is somebody that probably has a lot of Leo in their chart, and this is how it's like, it's got something with their Venus. It's how they're looking at life. Something's going to be revealed. You could even go from somebody like a cold shoulder, nobody talking, to the King of Wands not wanting to have conflict anymore. Like they want to say something, expose something, and you're over here like, what? So this is like he said, she said. Somehow it got separated here. Because you're like, yeah, right. Almost like you don't even want to respond. It's like you clear your head of it like right away. I guess it just depends on the conversation here, guys, because this is some type of reconciliation. This is someone's Venus. And if you are dealing with a Leo, that's fine too. But they also have Leo and Venus. Their Sun and their Venus. Someone's got a shit ton of Leo in their chart. And Cancer. So that combination, but see, you're not seeing that in this person. You would never know this side of this person. So maybe it is like a fairy tale and you just don't see it. It is like a dream come true, but what you know, trial and tribulation. Like, I don't know what you went through with this person, but it's okay to let your guard down. But I can see you being like, this isn't going to work. And not in the sense of like the other negativity that I've been reading in these reads. It's a different, it's not bad self-talk. It's whatever went down in the past. It's hard to trust this person, and the spirit's kind of telling you it's okay. Hear this person out. They do have something to say. But if you get defensive right off the rip, this could get shut down. But I wouldn't coddle anybody. I wouldn't pussyfoot around jack shit. I get right straight to the fucking point, unless it's like a good conversation, like, hey, sorry, or, you know, I don't even know if this sorry is going to be acceptable for you. Look at it, like all flew away in the wind. Like, you know what you want. So I don't know if you think this person can't provide it. I think at one point you thought they could. But they couldn't. So I don't know if this is a situation where there's been a lot of growth in between, a lot of realizations. This person would have to allow vulnerability into this conversation. So this is kind of like wait and see how this goes down. Best advice for the two of you. A message for the two of you. Clearly decide what it is you want, so it comes to you now, because it's already here with this judgment. Like, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ than your expectations. One can be spiritual. You guys could be two different religions. Maybe that bothers somebody. Maybe it bothers you. I don't know. But if you ask me, there's a pretty solid alignment, even though to you it doesn't look solid. So again, it must be, you know, your future, wherever this leads. And it could just be a friendship, guys. It's, you know, but yeah, lies are going to be exposed too. You know, this is some heavy karma, but this is, you get through it. It's an amazing reward. This is like being rewarded by spirit. Like, it's gifted. Like, for some of you, it is a dream come true. It ends up being a dream come true. Even though you're looking at it now and you're like, yeah, I don't see that. But you might end up reconciling with this person, and a year down the road, you're like, wow, I'm so glad I made that decision. Like, this is the love of my life, or, you know what I mean? Because you could think about somebody all the fuck you want, and it doesn't mean, you know, you're supposed to be with that person, even though you're soulmates. But this is like, come on, pull it together. Like, you two are meant to follow through with something. But you're going to hesitate. Boy, there's hesitation here. You're going to think of every reason. I knew something flipped. Yeah, you can't, this can't be avoided. You know, somebody wants to avoid this and bring it to the light, but you're going to have to deal with whatever this is. This is beautiful energy, though. Again, like, I think what might happen in this situation is you don't think, what did I do? Three of Cups is up right now. Look at that confidence. That's like a wish come true. family, have what you want. You know, maybe you thought to be with somebody else and now you realize, you know, that's not how life works. Maybe you realize, you know, how you perceived your life is how you played it out, but it was lacking other things, and now it's time to, you know, incorporate things. So I think the hardest thing here for you or them would be how to deal with the past and what went on. I heard once a cheater, always a cheater. So somebody clearly cheated. Why can't I fix this deck? You know, has it been 20 years since you've seen this person? This has happened? I don't know. But I do know when this energy comes back around, you're both feeling it. Even though I can tell you'd be more hesitant with all the messages that came out. And now look, 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's giving you anxiety. Because when things go down like that with people, like it is so hard. I mean, you can forgive. It is so hard to forgive, but I think what's harder, the forgiveness is not a factor. With this energy, I think you can forgive, but I also think it comes with, should I forgive? Should I not forgive? Like, you overthinking that because you're like, why would I want to put myself in this situation again? So I think the hardest thing for the two of you would be moving forward and letting go what actually happened in the past. And I think it's going to be very hard for somebody. This is going to be challenging to reconsider, even though you both feel it. I mean, you're being asked to give somebody effort that really hurt you. Someone must have cheated on you or had to have been cheating here. So I think for you, I think whoever's coming at you has a great heart and this is sincere. And I think you have a lot of love for this person. But you're going to have a trillion fucking doubts. I mean, Spirit can tell you all they want that this is safe, but, you know, somebody might have hurt you way too much that you just can't release the past. Spirit's saying you can, but then you got to address all these issues. I mean, even 6 months down the road, you went out with your girlfriends, you went out with your guy friends, you know, like this jealousy kick in. Like, is this person going to cheat on me because I went away? Like, there's going to be things that keep coming into play here. So this, I don't understand why you're being challenged like this, because this is a beautiful type of love. And I guess Spirit's saying it's worth fighting for. I just got that whole Taurus vibe there. You know, good luck there. You are dealing with somebody who has a lot of Leo and a lot of Cancer in their chart. And they want to use it now. And you must be Taurus, but not like a Venetian type energy. It's more like you're the bull and you got some sharp ass fucking horns. You want to fuck with me? Saddle up, get on your bull. It's like competition with each other. I don't even know what that's about. Like, even you guys might not even realize you compete against each other. That's gotta stop. That's what I said in that movie Younger. There's a situation like that, and it's like, she's like, if we had both only told ourselves, brave enough to tell ourselves sooner, like, what a waste of fucking games and challenges. And, you know, people can say, oh, what's karma, it has to play out. But no, something the way it played out, it wasn't supposed to play out like that. It's not that one particular scenario that I'm talking about. And I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just channeling for you. So that's like me having a lot of Gemini and a lot of Taurus in my chart. 4 placements of Gemini, 4 placements of Taurus. This is like this person. 4 placements of Gemini, 4 placements of Cancer, Leo, or, you know, like very significant planets in play here. So again, it might be somebody like, nope, I can't do it. But you find a way to agree to disagree. Maybe not at first. I don't know. This is like very sincere from somebody else, and the affection or what you receive back is extremely honest and sincere. But there's that. But is it possible somebody hurts you so much that you would never go back with somebody? I think it is. Because people are like, you ever go back to that person? And it's like, no, I wouldn't want to deal with that drama or this. Like, there's so many different scenarios that you could play out. But whatever this is, the two people had a lot of love for each other. I think they still do. One person just doesn't want to recognize it. So it's like the tables are turning, and now this other person needs the strength from Leo, that courage to come towards you. And then from there, it's like you jump into your karmic work. Oh, fucking dear Lord. Good luck, ladies and genitals. Ladies and genitals. Wow. I don't think I've ever said that. Ladies and genitals. Maybe someone's fluid. Gender fluid. Ladies and genitals. I don't even know what to think. I don't know what to make of that because that's never come out of my mouth. You guys have an idea of what that may be? Ladies and genitals? And it could be a fun thing, rolling around in the sheets type thing. I don't know. Whew. I'll be back at some point, guys. I gotta take a body break. Love ya. Bye.